What's going on, YouTube? Today we are talking about the Dan Wesson Vigil 1911. This is a lightweight frame 1911 available in either 45 or 9mm, and it comes in a standard government size or commander. This particular example is the commander size, but it is fairly rare on the market to find a current production lightweight government size 1911, so keep that in mind. Now this is new for 2018. It's got the same features as the government size Vigil, but this shorter commander drops off some weight due to its shorter barrel and slide, making it a mid-sized pistol that remains incredibly shootable while being easier to carry on body all day. Now the Vigil is in 45 ACP and 8-round magazine. It's a forged aluminum frame. It's got a duty finish. It's not available in stainless as of this video. Wood grips, overall length 7.9 inches, the barrel length 4 1/4. The weight is only 30.5 ounces, single action trigger, front fixed night sight and a tactical rear sight, manual thumb safety, and of course your standard 1911 grip safety. MSRP is $12.98. Now, one thing that I see a lot on various 1911 forums and 1911 groups is there's a lot of guys that will buy a inexpensive 1911, strip it down, and fill it up with Wilson Combat parts. Some guys will buy a frame, any frame, and they'll build a gun with drop-in Wilson Combat parts. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times these guys could probably save a ton of time and money, or spend around the same money building a gun versus just buying a Dan Wesson and being done. And the reason I say that is Dan Wesson offers the least expensive all hand fit 1911 on the market. Dan Wesson is your entry level into, fit by hand, super tight 1911s. To my knowledge, there's not another 1911 manufacturer, at least out of the big names, that are offering a pistol with this amount of features and this amount of hand fit, and also no MIM parts for this price. So you really do get a lot of value for that money. One of the biggest examples I'll use for people buying factory guns would be like a Springfield TRP or a Kimber. You're going to be in that $1,000 plus range, but you're not going to get anywhere near the tight fit and the attention to detail, the fit and finish that you will with a Dan Wesson. And it's not something that you really understand until you handle one of these, take it apart, put it back together, and you'll see just how tight of a fit these guns are and just how much just complete attention to detail gets put into each one from the factory. One of the, for me, one of the more creature comfort type deals that I fall in love with Dan Wesson is the stippling on them, as well as the edges. I mean, this is not like a melt style pistol where there's no edges at all, but something that I've noticed hand engraving a lot of Colts and taking apart a lot of new production Colts is that the edges on a Colt are sharp, and there's some edges on some Colts, new production, brand new, straight out of the box, that would just annoy and irritate the crap out of me if I'm trying to conceal carry it. And these pistols just have a really, really nice checkering, a really nice finish to them. This duty finish is extremely durable. The only complaint I have is the factory combat sight setup, for me, leaves some to be desired. Personally, I'm the kind of guy that puts, fiber optic sights on stuff. I just like a real bright sight picture, but I would say that that's out of the norm, and that's probably one of the main reasons why they go with a more low-key sight setup, and it makes sense. If you needed to, you could rack the slide using the edge on these sights, which is a pretty cool feature. But all in all, the quality, the fit and finish of a Dan Wesson for the price, they really have no competition on the market. And every time I see a guy buy like an ATI frame or something similar and just fill it with drop-in parts only to have a gun that's about as loose fitting as the ATI would have been that he could have bought for 300 bucks, it just kind of pains me a little bit that they could have got a much better gun and ended up spending around the same once you factor in the cost of all those expensive Wilson drop-in parts. But to each his own. You know, there's nothing wrong at all with building a 1911 with drop-in parts, and especially, you know, if you build a gun and it's your gun, or even if you buy a gun and it's your gun, that's the best gun, is the one that you have on you at the time that you need it. But I just wanted to do an overview video here of the Dan Wesson. This particular pistol I have fired about 50 rounds out of. I use some super slow shooting either Wolf or Toll ammo, just the cheapest 45 I could find, and I also shot some Plus P, which you may or may not know, Plus P is not exactly recommended for aluminum or alloy frame 1911s, but I just shot 5 or 6 of them to see how it would feel. It fed fine, ate them no problem, but you know, as you can expect, there was a little bit of a punch to it with this lightweight frame. But just a great gun, amazing fit and finish on these Dan Wessons. The features to MSRP ratio is just outstanding. So what's your experience with Dan Wesson pistols? I'd love to know. Leave your comments below this video. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got over 20,000 strong, and we'd love to keep going. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.